show from Lewis Field Stadium in Hays, Kansas, where the Fredonia Yellow Jackets and the Conway Springs Cardinals will battle for the 3A state championship title. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Tom Nelson, joined by Stan Enru. And Stan, two teams today that really had big tests a week ago in their sub-state finals game.
Big tests, both of them on the road. Fredonia going to the defending state champion Silver Lake and winning there, where Silver Lake doesn't lose at home very often, while Smith Center, the top-ranked team in 3A going into the playoffs, was upset last week by Conway Springs.
Both teams a little bit surprised, but I guarantee you they're more than happy to be here. And each team has a tremendous athlete on each side of the ball.
Brandon Reddick for the Yellow Jackets. He's a tough one, can really run the football, 1,400 yards on the season on the ground. And for Conway Springs, Eric Pauley. He's the big linebacker being watched by a number of universities. His job on defense, and he's been in on a lot of tackles this year, will be to stop the Yellow Jackets' Reddick.
It'll be a tremendous matchup this afternoon from Lewis Field Stadium. The Conway Springs Cardinals taking on the Fredonia Yellow Jackets. Conway Springs 12-0 on the season. Fredonia is 11-1. A lot of football action coming up this afternoon. We ask you to join us right here on Smoky Hills Public Television. Your starting lineups are coming up next. The Tri-State League and the Conway Springs Cardinals, the Cardinals champions of the Central Plains League. Tremendous football game here today. I love these smaller schools, the 3A schools, still at the same size of town where the whole town shows up, and that's exactly what we have on the near sideline. Conway Springs decked out in the red uniforms and the red fans, and the far side, the Yellow Jackets from Fredonia in the black and gold. Should be a tremendous football game this afternoon between Fredonia and Conway Springs. Let's go ahead and take a look at your starting lineups in today's ball game. Conway Springs coming off of the big win last Saturday against Smith Center, the #1 team in Class 3A. And you look at Tobus Conradi. He's a running back on the offensive side, a defensive back on the defensive side, 165-pound senior. Kyle Barkley is the quarterback. He also plays defensive back. He's a 185-pound junior. Justin Pauley, the linebacker, also plays fullback, he is a linebacker, 160 pounds. He is a junior. Falco Grail, interesting story here. We'll get to him as we go. He is an exchange student from Germany. He's 245 pounds. He's 6'5" and a senior. Ryan King is a linebacker at 195 pounds, a senior. And Eric Pauley, look for 43 all day long. A running back, he's a fullback on the offensive side of the ball. He is one of the best linebackers in not only the state, but he's an All-American. And he's looking at 14 Division I schools who would love to have him come play for them next year. Eric Pauley, 215 pounds. He is a senior. Jimmy Jones, offensively, is a wingback. Defensively, a linebacker, 160 pounds and a senior. Clint Robinson, a tackle on the offensive side, a defensive end defensively, 190-pound senior. On down the line, you take a look at the rest of the Conway Springs starting lineup. Kurt Lang is the guard, 180-pound senior. Brett Hartman, the center, a 195-pound junior. Brian Zogelman, a guard on offense, a defensive end on the other side of the ball. He's a senior and 195 pounds. Rob Freese, a defensive tackle, 200-pound senior. Aaron Lang, a tackle, 245-pound senior. Defensive tackle Tyler Struckman, a 310-pound senior. And Curtis Winter, a tight end on one side of the ball and a defensive back on the other side of the ball. He's 200 pounds and a senior. Conway Springs 12-0 on the season. Mark Bliss has led the team to the state championship game for the first time in their history. Fredonia, coached by Troy Black, he's in his first year, and what a way to cap off your first year in the state championship game. They're 11-1 on the season. Take a look at their starting lineups really quick. Fredonia, the Jaco Dell is a tight end, 158-pound senior. Brandon Reddick, we'll talk about him a lot tonight. He's a fullback on the offensive side of the ball, a linebacker defensively. He's 162 pounds and a senior, has over 1,400 yards rushing for the Yellow Jackets this season. The quarterback is Josh Guile, a 180-pound junior. The cornerback defensively, Matt Evans, a 148-pound sophomore. Josh Unos, tailback on the offensive side of the ball, a free safety defensively. He's 162 pounds and a senior. Colin Mellon, a wide receiver offensively, a cornerback defensively. Kenton Mitchell, a defensive end, is a senior, 189 pounds. Josh Myers, a center on one side of the ball, a linebacker defensively, a junior at 181 pounds. Adam Kiblinger, a guard on the offensive side of the ball. Defensively, he's an end, a senior, 177 pounds. Danny Schoolcraft is a defensive tackle. Jared Claiborne, a offensive tackle nose guard. Adam Gorley is an offensive tackle and defensive end. J.D. Somberg is a guard on one end and a linebacker on defense. And Drew Baker is a wide receiver. He is a junior. Let's take a look at the coin toss as we get underway here.
Before the game, we had a preliminary toss. We tossed the ball, coin in the air, and I caught it. And white, you won, and you elected to defer. Red, you're going to receive. I'd like for Red to stand right here and face me. White, I want you right here. Okay? Now, White won the coin toss, and they have elected to defer to the second half. Red, you are going to start the game out by receiving at this end of the field. We will play ball in 39 seconds. Any questions? Gentlemen, have a good one.
Stan Unruh, what a tremendous feeling to be in a state championship game. The officials are even fired up. You can tell that. Bruce Harper is the referee. Douglas Keyswater is the umpire. The linesman is Bruce Richardson. The judges, Rick Long. I never got a chance to play in a state championship game, but you just know the butterflies are flying on both sides of the field.
I tell you, it's exciting for the entire community, and you can feel the electricity as we near the opening kickoff.
Conway Springs undefeated 12-0. They beat Oxford 34-6. They beat Beloit 40-12, and then their huge win last week in Smith Center beat the #1 team in the state and one of the top 10 teams overall in all classes. Smith Center, the final score in that game was 9-7. It was a game where Conway Springs had only 35 yards total offense and 5 first downs. They did not convert a first down in the whole game, but hey, they won, and that's really all that matters.
The final score is what got them here, and I'm really excited to see this offense that they run that we haven't seen in quite some time, this old wing T.
Hey, I'm 31 years old, and I think it's even before my time.
Bronco Nagurski, I think, was the last time.
That's right. The single wing will get, and it's very hard to follow. It really is. They have 3 backs in the backfield, lots of deception, lots of pitches, lots of spins, and that'll be fun to watch today. Fredonia won the toss. They deferred to the second half, so they will be kicking off to Conway Springs to start this game. The kicker is J.D. Schomburg. He's 207 pounds. He is a senior. Number 77, not exactly a kicker number. And back deep for Conway Springs, the Cardinals, is Jimmy Jones. They'll tee it up at the 40-yard line. Wind at his back. The kick is underway, and the 3A state championship game is underway from Lewis Field. Taken across the 10 to the 15, and that is where Conway Springs will start first down and 10 as Jimmy Jones returns it out to the 17-yard line, 18-yard line.
This is the first time for both these teams to play on this type of surface, this target surface, and it'll be interesting to see how they handle it the first couple of plays.
Well, they both had a chance to practice. They practiced at the same place. They went to Friends University in Wichita this week and had a run-through on turf, brand new turf at Friends University, and they come to Hazer performing today. And there's the single wing. In motion, they give right to the quarterback up the gut across the 25 out to the 31-yard line. A nice carry by Toby Conradi. Actually, he is a running back in the set. It was a direct snap to Conradi, and the stop made by Kenton Mitchell. But a nice gain on first down will move the chains.
And that's the kind of deception we're going to see all day. Where will that center snap the ball? Who will be running? And it's tough for the defense.
First down and 10 from the 31-yard line for the Conway Springs Cardinals. And this time they will give it to Barkley. He is the quarterback with a big gainer across the 45 out to the 49-yard line. That is really weird to see the quarterback line up left of center. The direct snap. That time Barkley carries it up near midfield. Another first down. So Conway Springs is rolling 2 plays into this game. Josh Unos with the stop for Fredonia.
It's a tough thing for the defense to get used to this. You may have practiced against it, but the folks at Conway Springs have been running it for a couple of seasons now, and they do it very well. A lot of deception here, and it is tough to follow.
First and 10, 49. This time right up the middle to to Conradi, and he'll get across the 50. And Fredonia that time able to make the stop. Brandon Reddy came up from his linebacker position to shut the door, and a gain of 2 on first down, and the first second down situation of the ball game for Conway Springs.
Reddick, we're going to hear a lot about him on offense, but he certainly sticks his nose in there on defense as well, and did on that play.
Second down and 8, just across midfield, just underway in the 3A state championship game. Direct snap to Conradi again. He'll be hit hard at the 46-yard line and knocked back. Leading the way was J.D. Schomburg.
Had 5-man front for the Yellow Jackets in there to make the stop that time.
Last week against Smith Center, Conway Springs did not convert a third down all day long. They have third down and 5 right now at the Fredonia 46.
A little better weather today as well.
It sure is. The snap back to the quarterback, Barkley. That time they'll give it to Conradi. He'll get to the 45. No, he won't. He will be knocked back by Schomburg. And they did not convert on third down right there. A big stop for the Fredonia Yellow Jackets.
Well, they're going to catch on to it quickly, a bit more quickly than we thought. The Yellow Jackets keeping him into a third down situation here, or actually fourth down now, as you say. And this is where we might want to watch for one of these quick kicks that the folks at Conway Springs are famous for.
Well, they'll line up in the same formation, fourth down and 5. Looks like they'll go. Now they're going to go back into punt formation.
Got a flag.
They will throw the flag. And the officials will discuss it.
45. No.
Threw the Yellow Jackets off that time.
Sure did. And on 4th and 5, that'll move the chains. Let's see where they spot it. Before I say that, let's make sure it's a first down. It should be very, very close. Looks like the marker sitting just shy of the 41-yard line. They'll mark it right on the 41, and they will measure this one. Boy, a big call right there. Fredonia, they didn't know what to expect there. Conway
They'd heard about it.
That's exactly right. Conway Springs goes back into punt formation, and Fredonia kind of panicked.
Well, you know, that's what's unsettling for these kids. They've been hearing about this all week, and now all this motion, all this activity, and it is a little unsettling for some of these kids, especially the fact that it's early in the game, and this is for the state championship.
First down by that much. Big break for Conway Springs will keep their opening drive alive. The 5-yard penalty. You see the crowd on the Conway Springs side of the field, right underneath us. It'll be first down and 10 for Conway Springs. 9:33 remaining first quarter. Still no score. The single wing. And now Fredonia, they want to talk about it. And the Fredonia Yellow Jackets will call a timeout with 9:29 remaining. They want to kind of get back, they're back on their heels a little bit. They had a great chance to stop Conway Springs, and Conway Springs keeps the drive going. First down and 10 at the 41-yard line. And so far, a couple of big plays have got Conway Springs going in this ball game.
Well, Coach Black wants to settle them down a little bit. They give a big penalty first down there, and you don't want to get the guys all riled up and get this thing out of hand early in this first quarter of the state title game.
Now, Fredonia, coached by Troy Black in his first season. What a great way to cap off your first season as a coach. They defeated defending 3A state champ Silver Lake 21-14 last week at Silver Lake. The first time Silver Lake had been beaten at home in a long, long time. Fredonia outgained Silver Lake in that game 315 to 114 yards total offense. But right now, Conway Springs with second life after the penalty. And Fredonia defensively talks about it a little bit. We'll look at first down and 10 from the 41. Wide out to the right side is Falco Grell with a wing back in the single wing. And the pitch to Barkley. Barkley across the 40, across the 35, and has room. A nice gain on first down, knocked down by Matt Evans, the cornerback. But a nice gain for Kyle Barkley.
And admittedly, Conway Springs has got a lot of speed on their side of the ball.
Well, you love these situations right here. I guarantee you Mark Bliss loves looking at second down and 1. You can do a lot on this play.
Barkley's averaging over 6 yards a carry on the season. So
just under 9 minutes remaining, first quarter, no score. Man in motion to the left side, and they'll give it to Conradi. Across the 30 down to the 27. That's a first down. Move the chains. Conradi, the 165-pound senior on the season. Conradi has rushed for 1,640 yards. On the stop that time was Brandon Reddick.
And he's carried the ball for 19 touchdowns on the season, too.
Some huge numbers by these guys. Barkley has rushed for 800 yards. Conradi for 1,600. And also had 10 receptions, so a lot of offensive numbers for Conway Springs. First down and 10 from the 27. And they'll give it to the wingback that time across the 25 down to the 20-yard line, and he has room as Jimmy Jones will take it in for a touchdown. Jimmy Jones, the wingback, scores his 5th touchdown of the season, a big gainer for Jimmy Jones.
All that motion throws the guys off, and if I recall correctly, Tom, we hadn't seen him handle the ball yet today.
That's right. And it play took a little bit of time to develop, but once it did, Jimmy Jones was in the end zone. From the swinging gate formation on the extra point, Daniel Jensen will try for the point. With 8:16 remaining, Conway Springs has drawn first blood, and the kick will be no good, and that was ugly. I think he kicked the tee.
Certainly did.
He kicked the tee a little bit farther than he kicked the ball.
Something he did not do with the 3 field goals a week ago.
And Conway Springs has drawn first blood. They lead 6-0 with 8:16 remaining in this one.
Well, they certainly established what they want to do.
Let's take a look at the touchdown here. Look at Jimmy Jones come right to left.
Broke a couple of tackles there as he made his way down the sideline, and there's no secret about the fact that these Conway Springs Cardinals have some speed, and when Jones got into the clear, he was in the end zone.
The play took so long to develop, but Jimmy Jones came over from the right wingback position, took the ball, got around the end, stepped out of a tackle, and was gone. Touchdown number 5 of the season for Jimmy Jones, and he's averaging over 7 yards a carry. That'll pad his average a little bit.
A lot of deception in that backfield, and it's tough for the folks behind the line to know where that ball is going to be coming from.
They'll see exactly what Fredonia can do right here to retaliate. Doing the kicking for Conway Springs is Kyle Barkley. And back deep for Conway, or for Fredonia, excuse me, a trio of backs right in the middle is Josh Unos. Interesting story about Josh Unos. If you've just joined us, we'll get into that as we go too. He was definitely a courageous workhorse a week ago in their win over Silver Lake. More details to come.
Well, I tell you, playing at Silver Lake, they have not lost at home in a long time. And it's one thing to win a playoff game as a high school team, but to go on the road to the defending state champs, that's something else.
Yeah, both teams had great tests in the semifinals. You guarantee they're not looking past this one. The big trophy comes today. Kick from the 40 is high and short. Will be taken by an up-back, Jimmy Jones, or excuse me, taken by Sheldon Neal, and he will get across the 35-yard line, and that's just about it. And that is where Fredonia will get their first possession of the ball game. It will be first down and 10 for the Yellow Jackets from the 29-yard line from the 3A state championship game in Hayes. Parking at the 28.
It'll be interesting to see Brandon Reddick, see how he runs the football, and he and Eric Pauley matching up as the Conway Springs star tries to stick it defensively.
And on first down, the give is to Unos, the tailback, and he'll get across the 30-yard line. A gain of about 3 on the play. Let's see where they mark it. They'll mark it at the 31. It'll be second down and 7.
He's quite a workhorse last week, you said.
Stop is made by Brian Zogelman. Yeah, Josh Unos suffered a concussion in their playoff game 2 weeks ago against Erie. Played last week against Silver Lake, carried the ball 44 times for 170 yards, and afterwards said, yeah, my head hurts and my vision's not good, but I'll be ready for state championship game. And there is Unos again, stopped by Eric Pauley, and we'll have a chance to call his name a lot. Eric Pauley, the linebacker. Lots of schools want him to play for them next year.
Looks like he's being fed very well.
He's a big boy.
Hasn't missed too many meals. Fredonia practiced Friday out at Friends on that AstroTurf. Big third down for him here.
Third down and 7. Split back formation, wide out still right side. And Guile wants to throw, and the pass is knocked down. A nice defensive play.
No flag on the play, though.
By Kyle Barkley, but that could be pass interference. Barkley got there a little bit early. And if it is pass interference,
okay.
Official here.
1-4 red.
I tell you, Tom, I'm not sure about that, but the official was a little closer than we were. Almost looked like it was simultaneous. Maybe we can get a replay.
Number 14. Automatic first down.
And what it is
Doug,
is a penalty, a big penalty for Conway Springs that will keep the drive alive for Fredonia, which is exactly what Fredonia gave Conway Springs last time.
Defensive pass interference on the red. 15 yards, automatic, first down.
So Conway Springs will move the chains, first down and 10 from the just shy of the 45-yard line as they will try to get across midfield with 7:07 remaining here in the first quarter from Hayes. Guile, the quarterback. Little counter play to Unos. And Unos will get across the 45 out to the 46 of 47, a short gain on first down. Stop made by Eric Pauley.
Yeah, Pauley's been in on, as we mentioned on the pregame, about 70-75% of the defensive stops for Conway Springs this season.
167 tackles is unbelievable. Gain of 2 on the play brings up second down and 8.
And they're going to line it up wide again.
They'll give it to the fullback Reddick this time, and they were waiting for him.
They've been hearing about Brandon Reddick.
Clint Robinson, the defensive end, will make the stop. And not a whole lot there. No gain on the play brings up third down and 8.
Now both bands are here today. We got both mascots here today, Tom.
How fun is this?
Well, I'll tell you, if you like sports, this is certainly the pinnacle. Kansas high school football title games.
Guile will throw this time. Has a man here to the near side. The pass is caught by Colin Mellon, and he will go out of bounds at the 42-yard line. That'll be just enough for a first down. Toby Conrad, he knocks him out of bounds.
Mellon, 33 receptions on the year, averaging about 19, almost 20 yards a catch.
Big play. That's a big third down play that Fredonia was able to take care of business and move the chains, and they are moving the ball now in Conway Springs territory.
Wasn't a great pass by Guile, but certainly Mellon turned around and caught it falling down. Nice catch.
It'll be first and 10 from the I formation. The pitch right this time to Unos, and he'll be tripped up. Nice defensive play in there on the stop is Jimmy Jones. Jimmy Jones came submarining in there and was able to get a foot on Unos.
Just as quick as he was on that touchdown run, he got across the line of scrimmage that time. Stopped him for little or no gain at all.
No gain at all. Will bring up second down and 10 from the 44-yard line with 5.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. 6-0 Conway Springs. Second down and 10. Wants to throw this time. He has a man down the field wide open, but it's not a very accurate pass. Colin Mellon was wide open, as you saw at the 10-yard line, but the pass was behind him and over his head.
Similar to the initial catch that he made, but he couldn't come back and get that one on the far side of the field.
Well, so Fredonia is showing they'll spread the field a little bit. They're going to look down, and it will be third down and 10, and they've already converted one big third down on this drive, and then they're helped by a penalty on the other third down, so they are 2 for 2 on third down conversions, third and 10. Guile will throw, rolling right. Looking at another throw that will hit the track over there on the far sideline. Still trying to find Colin Mellon. The pass is incomplete, and now Fredonia will have a decision to make on fourth down and 10 from the 43-yard line.
Guarantee you Mellon went back to the huddle and said, I think I can get open on it over here.
He's been open 3 times.
But the Alex Francis track is a little too far. And they'll have to kick the ball away here, looks like.
Unos will punt, and will be taken at the 12-yard line by Conradi, and he will be knocked down just outside the 15 near the 17-yard line. Josh Myers in there on the stop, and Conway Springs will have the football with a touchdown lead with 5:03 remaining in the first quarter. The Cardinals 6 and the Fredonia Yellow Jackets nothing.
Well, the Cardinals got on the scoreboard on that initial drive with that run by Jimmy Jones. He also was in on a couple of defensive stops there for the Cardinals. And they're ready to line it up and go at it for their second time of this half with the football. Let's see what the Cardinals can do.
From the single wing, they give to Barkley this time. He's trying to get it around the corner, but nice defensive stop and a tremendous pursuit by Brandon Reddick. Wow.
Reddick was in that backfield and stayed right there at home and That's the tough thing about this single wing offense. It's so deceptive. You got to play where you're supposed to play and not get fooled.
A loss of 2 on the play brings up second down and 12 back outside the 15-yard line. Jones, the wing back to the right side, in motion to the left, and they'll give it right up the middle to Conradi, and Conradi will not gain a whole lot. A flag will come in there late. On the stop is Derek Elliott.
I'm not sure what that one was called for.
Thrown right in the pile at the 16.
Holding. Red. Number 43.
And that will knock back Conway Springs 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Will knock him back inside the 10-yard line.
Pauly called for the infraction that time.
Now, Eric Pauly, I've been wanting to see him play all year. I've heard a lot about him. Out in Western Kansas, we've heard quite a bit about Eric Pauly, and a lot of people in Western Kansas were surprised when that final score came down a week ago, 9-7 over Smith Center. I think everybody thought, my gosh, Conway Springs has one heck of a team, and they're 12-0 and showing it here today. Way back in their own territory on
Second and long.
Not a whole lot there for Jimmy Jones.
Coach Black's defense, that 5-man front, getting the job done on this second drive.
Well, Jimmy Jones will lose 2 yards there. The stop by Matt Evans. Cornerback coming up and making the stop. You're right, they're doing some adjustments.
And, of course, those early jitters in a state title game like that. Neither one of these teams have played in a state title game at some time.
Just give credit to Wes Osner with the carry. Third down and 23. Direct snap back. It is a quick kick. You talked about that earlier, and it caught Fredonia off guard, but it really was not a very good kick, and it will be down to the 31-yard line.
Great field position for the Jackets.
Jimmy Jones is the man who was down there to down the ball.
Yeah, I tell you, Conway Springs surprised Smith Center last week with some of those pooch kicks, or whatever you want to call them, a quick kick. But several of those last week rolled a long way today.
And you would think something like that would roll very good on the turf here today.
But that one bounced straight up in the air, and Fredonia's got great field position.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line, and Guile will give the ball to Unos, and he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Tyler Struckman on the stop. And a loss of 1 on the play will bring up second down and 11 with 3:17 remaining in the first quarter. Conway Springs on top 6-0 here in the 3A state championship game.
That Struckman kid, he hasn't missed any meals. 310-pound senior. He's a big boy.
Second down and 11. Ball on the 32. Guile wants to throw this time. Has his man at the 23-yard line. The pass is complete out there to Unos. And Eric Pauly will go back there and knock him down, but it will be a first down for Fredonia. Move the chains. And Fredonia moving the ball after the short pooch kick gave him the short field. Take a look at this play right here. A nice look. Little play action and going out in the flat to Unos. Take that back, give it to Drew Breaker, and on the first down and 10 call, a run down to the 15, down to the 14-yard line by Unos. And Justin Pauly on the tackle.
They're mixing it up with the run and the pass and keeping them honest. Conway Springs got their work cut out for them.
Really very important for Fredonia after Conway Springs marched down the field and scored on them right off the bat. Very important for them to even this one up here in the first quarter. It'll be second down and 5, ball sitting on the 14-yard line. I formation, wide receiver to the right side. And that'll be a 5-yard penalty, delay of game.
Delay of game.
Well, Drew Baker, the wide receiver, got out of the huddle early, went right out to that split end position on the far side, but the rest of the team didn't get lined up quickly enough to play.
We have a dead ball, delay of game against the White. Second down.
And that'll make it second down and about 11, 10.5 yards to go. Under 2 minutes remaining now in the first quarter.
I almost wonder if he was checking off on that play or what he was doing. I don't know. But it's not going to help him.
I formation with two tight ends to the right side. And a pitch right to Unos, and he'll cut it right back up the middle and get across the 15 down to the 14. Eric Pauley on the stop. They're not afraid of running at Eric Pauley.
They're going to have to, because Pauley's usually there to make the play.
He may rack up. He had 167 tackles coming in. 200 just around the corner.
You know, this Unos kid is not very big, only 162 pounds, but he really slices and dices in there, and he's tough.
I formation, wideouts left and right. And Guile will throw. Has a man wide open in the end zone, but a little bit too far. Trying to find Kenton Mitchell, the tight end. It's incomplete. And once again, Mitchell was wide open, but not a very good pass from Josh Guile.
Just overthrew him, his outstretched arms, and couldn't get there. That's the one he'll be thinking about.
Take a look at this one again.
Nice play action fake there.
That's a mistake.
Just a little bit.
Just a little out
by him.
Past his outstretched arms.
Late in the first quarter, 6-0 Conway Springs, and a big fourth down call for the Fredonia Yellow Jackets. Fourth down and 6 to go. The ball sitting on the Conway Springs 14-yard line.
And what great work by our crew, not only in the truck, but also behind the cameras to get that shot. Nice slow-mo there.
Perfect.
Fredonia, they beat Riverton 28-20 in the first round of the playoffs, came back and beat Erie 24-6, and of course the big win over Silver Lake 21-14. And today a huge test in Conway Springs. Fourth down and 6, ball sitting at the 14.
Looks like they're going to try to kick it, but let's wait and see what happens.
J.D. Schomburg will line it up at the 21-yard line. It will be a 31-yard attempt from the right hash mark.
And probably a wise idea by Coach Black. You always want to get points if you can. We know that Conway Springs has a good kicker, despite missing the point after on that last touchdown.
Snap is back. The kick is up and good, and the Fredonia Yellow Jackets are on the scoreboard with 1 minute remaining here in the first quarter. A 31-yard field goal by J.D. Schomburg, and Fredonia has cut the Conway Springs lead in half, 6-3 late in the first quarter.
Well, it's a gutsy call. A lot of folks question whether or not you should try to go for 6 in that kind of a situation, but Schomburg definitely got the ball through the uprights, and getting the points are important. They're only down by 3 now, and got an awful long way to go, so gives the team a little boost to get some points on that scoreboard.
We'll go ahead and keep this one right here as we wait for the Fredonia kickoff. A huge drive for them to get points. A couple of penalties kept the drive alive, but a couple big third down conversions did as well. And J.D. Schomburg will step back there at the kick it off from the 40-yard line. Back deep for Conway Springs is Jimmy Jones, who's already scored 1 touchdown today. Schomburg's kick. Boy, a nice kick into the end zone. That's with the breeze a little bit. We might want to mention that Schomburg's 31-yard field goal was with the breeze as well. And Conway Springs will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
Well, Coach Black took the wind here in the first quarter. They did win the toss, and he had a choice to take that win early, and it's paid off.
Conway Springs will have the football. 1st down and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Split a wide out to the left side, and a man in motion. Right to left is Pauley. And the direct snap to Conradi. Nothing there, and a huge stop is made by Josh Myers for a loss in the play.
Fredonia is hustling on defense to stop that unnerving single-wing offense.
You know, it took a little bit. The opening drive, Conway Springs got big yardage on 3 big plays on that opening drive, but on the last drive, Fredonia came back and played the single wing very well, and that was a big stop right there. It'll be 2nd down and a long 10.
Now, those early jitters and playing on this different surface little tough to get started, but they're definitely in gear now.
Conradi and Barkley in the backfield. Barkley will throw this time. Has a man wide open down the field. Barkley will lob it out there. Oh, a tremendous catch and run by Curtis Winter, the tight end, drugged down at the 21-yard line. Tremendous throw that time as Winter beat the defense down the field. Barkley rolling to his right is able to lob a pass out there on a huge gainer. Will put Conway Springs in great position.
Well, Curtis Winter is a big 210-pound senior receiver, and he's averaging about 18 yards a carry, or 18 yards of reception this season.
Well, one thing we noticed on the season stats is passing, they have a lot of big plays, and that's a huge one right there. 1st and 10 for Conway Springs from the 21.
They don't pass a lot, but when they do, they get something out of it.
Whistles will stop play, and that'll take care of the first quarter.
You look at this.
Conway Springs will take a lead after 12 minutes. It is the Cardinals 6 and the Fredonia Yellow Jackets 3. 1 quarter in the books and 3 quarters remaining in the 3A state championship game from Lewis Field Stadium in Hays, Kansas. Welcome back. Second quarter is underway here as Conradi takes the pitch on first down, takes a direct snap across the 20-yard line down to the 17. And to start the second quarter, Toby Conradi stopped by Josh Myers.
We've got a whale of a ball game here, Tom.
That first quarter really set the tone. Conway Springs looked like they were going to come out with their opening possession and just drilled it right down Fredonia's throat, but Fredonia able to come back and get some points, and that is so big.
But the big pass on this possession has really helped the Cardinals.
2nd down and 5 from the 17-yard line. Direct snap to Conradi. He'll get a seam up to the 12.
Barkley standing back, faking the pass, keeping the defense honest there, and especially after that long pass to get him down the field here. The Fredonia defense got to be very careful.
Josh Myers in on the stop right there. 3rd down and short situation. 3rd down and 2 just underway here in the second quarter. The old-fashioned single wing. Fun to watch. You never know where the ball's going. This time Barkley will take it up the middle across the 10. That's a 1st down and more. Kyle Barkley, the quarterback, with a good gain across the 10 down to the 6-yard line. Brandon Reddick on the stop.
You know, I'm surprised more schools don't use that single wing offense. I know Wichita Southeast, Coach Johnson uses it over there, and it's a lot of fun to watch.
Had a chance to see Wichita Southeast play last year, and that's really the first time I had a chance to do a ball game where the single wing was, and I was kind of thankful I'd never have to do it again until today. 1st down and goal at the 6-yard line. Direct snap to Barkley, has a seam into the end zone. Touchdown, Conway Springs. Kyle Barkley.
Right up the gut.
They really made that look easy.
Similar to the play they'd run before, right before that.
12-3 with the extra point upcoming. I would think Conway Springs might think about going for 2, but they're going to the swinging gate, and they'll try to kick it. And Daniel Jensen will step back, but the flags will come in.
I tell you, got to be in shape playing for Conway Springs, all that movement they've got going on down there.
And Daniel Jensen will... there's your fake. And that's a 2-point conversion. Nice plug. The snap back to the holder, and he just flipped it to Eric Pauley, who took it in for the 2-point conversion. Tremendous play. Pauley was untouched.
He certainly was. That was fun to watch.
And Conway Springs goes up 14-3 with 10:28 remaining here in the first half from Lewis Field Stadium in Hays, the Class 3A state championship game. Take a look at this one again.
Here comes the conversion.
Great play by Barkley to get the snap back and just flip it.
And I guarantee you, Fredonia hadn't seen a play quite like that all season. Should mention that Kyle Barkley's touchdown is 28th on the season. He is their leading touchdown maker for the Cardinals.
14-3. We'll wait for the kickoff here as Kyle Barkley does about everything. Quarterback, holder, kicker.
And he's a pretty good student, too.
And I guarantee you, I would have to think that they didn't think a whole lot about the books this week in Conway Springs or Fredonia.
Well, I would imagine that's the case.
I know when I was 18 years old, I was a pretty good student, except for, like, if there was a big game coming up,
And aren't they all big games when you're in school?
Exactly. Exactly. Too many of them.
And they had a couple of practices over at Friends this week.
That's right. So they're all glad to be in Hayes. Kyle Barkley will kick it off from the 40-yard line. And taken by Unos, the 10. Across the 25, out to the 30, has a seam, out to the 34-yard line.
Boy.
Josh Unos with a nice return.
Unos another step, and he'd had a few more yards.
Jimmy Jones with the stop.
Yeah, Jones, he hustles in there on the return that time to limit what could have been a much longer return.
This really turns into a big possession for Fredonia, down by 11 points with 10:23 remaining. The officials will call a timeout here to set everybody up. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets from the 31-yard line. Tom Nelson and Stan Unruh with you from Lewis Field Stadium. Offset I formation. Guile wants to throw, and he's going down. He fumbles the football. It's still loose in the field. This could turn into points. It's still loose. Fredonia may have come up with it. Nope, they'll give it to Conway Springs.
That's going to be a major play in this football game. And it looks like...
Well, that'll be a loss on the play. It was really a bad pitch, so the loss would go to the quarterback on the play. And Clint Robinson is the guy who picks up the football, so Guile will get credit for the loss. And it will be 1st down and 10 from the 18-yard line for Conway Springs, and a chance to put a big dent in this ball game. The direct snap to Barkley across the 15.
The play he just scored on a few moments ago.
And the stop is made by Matt Schomburg. And Conway Springs with the short field after the turnover. Fredonia back on their heels needs a big defensive stop right here. And really, they've been able to stop the bread and butter plays in the single wing. They've given up a couple of big ones. 2nd down and 7. Now a whistle will stop play. And a timeout has been called by Conway Springs.
Coach Bliss needs to make sure they take every opportunity here in this ball game. Of course, they took opportunities galore with the Smith Center turnovers a week ago.
State championships being contested across the state of Kansas today, Class 6A and 5A, and Kansas State University up there on Wagner Field, KSU Stadium. The 4A game at Emporia at Welch Stadium. Of course, the 3A and 2A games here in Hayes, and the 8-man games played at Salina Stadium in Salina. Nothing better than the State High School football Saturday in the 3rd week in November in Kansas.
Well, they've been doing it for a number of years now this way, and it's certainly a lot of fun, especially these smaller communities. Bring the whole town out, everybody, whether you have been to a game all season, they all come out to watch these games, and it's very exciting.
An enterprising bank robber could pretty much have his way in Fredonia or Conway Springs.
Yes. I would imagine if they're not at the game, they're glued to
probably the radio down there.
Yes, I imagine they are today.
2nd down and 7. Ball sitting on the 15-yard line. The snap is back to Barkley. He wants to throw, play action, looking out in the flat to Pauly. Pauly down to the 5 and into the end zone. Nice look to the fallback, Eric Pauly. And that is a 17-yard touchdown pass. Kyle Barkley to Eric Pauly.
He hasn't caught a lot of passes this season, but it didn't look like it there. That's his 9th reception on the season.
And that's an interesting way they run the play action. Barkley took the snap, took 2 steps forward like he was going to run right up the middle, then just took a step back, had Pauly out in the flat, and Conway Springs 20-3 with the extra point upcoming.
Now, Pauly averages 18 yards a catch this season, and pretty good example there.
Jensen's kick is up and good.
And the Conway Springs fans getting excited, but still not a lot of action yet to be played.
Now 9:37 remaining in the 2nd quarter in this one, the 3A state championship game. And Conway Springs is leading Fredonia by a score of 21-3. back to Lewis Field Stadium in Hayes. Conway Springs, 3 first-half touchdowns, lead Fredonia 21-3. The last one, a 17-yard touchdown pass from Kyle Barkley to Eric Pauley. We're ready for the kickoff. And Barkley will line it down there to Unos at the 10. Across the 15 to the 20. Nice return by Josh Unos out across the 30-yard line. It will be first down and 10 at the 31-yard line for Fredonia. And they're back on their heels now. Stan, they need to get some points in the scoreboard right now.
Well, the important thing for them to do is not to get out of the game plan, to stick with what they came here with and continue to march down the field. That turnover was costly last time, but they've got the talent. They've already shown that to put some points on the board. And let's see how they do on this possession here early in the second period.
First down and 10 from the 31. Guile wants to throw. They're setting up the screen, and it is thrown a little bit high for... He was looking for Colin Mellon, and it was thrown a little bit too high, and luckily it was not intercepted. That was almost another turnover.
Colin Mellon actually in the backfield there right in the middle, and pass was not where it should have been.
Well, Josh Guile is 2 for 7 passing for 22 yards. And you'll look at second down and 10 from the 31 right here.
Of course, the wind in their face is the point, too.
It's right to Unos. You will get a couple, but not much more. Why does it not surprise me that Eric Pauley is in the bottom of that pile? Also, Adam Gorley there, too.
Pauley's always around that football, as he was on the last Conway Springs touchdown as well. Having a whale of a ball game.
It'll set up third down and a long 8 right here with 9 minutes remaining second quarter. 21-3 Conway Springs. Fredonia with the big third down and long. 3rd and 8.
Mellon and Barker both back in there as receivers.
Guile will throw. Has a man complete near first down yardage. He'll have to get a favorable spot. He might just be a little bit short. Out here on the near sideline, the pass is caught by Drew Baker. And the stop made by Kyle Barkley. They'll have to measure this one, I have a feeling. And the chain gang will get a workout right here because
you have to come all the way across the field.
Gain of 12 on that play, or a gain of, excuse me, I guess we really won't know until we check this one out, but it'll be short. Just a little bit. 4th down and inch is a big play for Fredonia. Let's see what they decide to do. I would think you're in a situation here. I don't know if you want to give Conway Springs the ball back.
That's going to be a tough call. Coach Black's really got a big decision to make here. Conway Springs can put some points up on the board awful quickly, and it looks like they're going to forget about kicking the ball away.
Now, Conway Springs coming into today's ball game has outscored the opposition 457-75.
I think they better go for it.
Don't give Conway Springs the ball back. 4th down and inches. Fredonia will go for it. And Unos will have it. And more. Across the 45 out to the 46. Conradi on the stop. And Clint Robinson there as well.
Unos averaging over 5 yards a carry on the season, and he's the guy to go to when they need a big first down.
Well, Unos with 9 carries for 20 yards. First down and 10 Fredonia at the 46.
Could be a passing situation here.
Guile will throw it. Nice call. It's completed to Baker and then fumbled, and that could be Conway Springs football. They'll say he was out of bounds. I didn't think the ball went out of bounds. I thought it was sitting there on the sideline. It will make a completed pass from Guile to Drew Baker, and it will be almost a 10-yard gain. Kyle Barkley on the coverage.
Baker does a nice job with that. He comes out, just makes a quick turn, and Guile looks like he's been throwing him that pass in practice over and over and over for a couple of years probably, and they know how to get the job done. And the chain gang comes all the way across the field again. One of the officials down there still, still wearing gloves. The temperature is still cool here as we
Well, Stan Fredonia caught a break that time because when you look at the instant replay right here, let's see if this ball ever went out of bounds. We might not be able to see it. The ball was actually fumbled, and I thought it did not roll out of bounds, and Conway Springs came up with it.
Looks like Pauly didn't have possession when he went out of bounds.
Does it surprise you that Pauly was the man there to try to recover the fumble?
It doesn't. The guy's all over the field. He hustles.
First down and 10. Ball sitting on the 44-yard line as Fredonia is in Conway Springs territory. The offset I formation. Option pitch left, Unos. He will run into one of his own men and try to run over the top. He tried to run over the top of
one of the officials down there, looks like.
And Jimmy Jones in there as well.
Now the official lost his shoe. He'll have to get dressed down there again.
It'll be an official timeout as he needs to dress himself better in the morning.
Please, try to get dressed before you come to the game.
Gain of 2 on the play will bring up second down and 8 with 8:09 remaining here in the first half. 21-3 Conway Springs.
All right, we got all the officials with their clothes on now. Ready to go after them.
I formation, wideouts left and right. Guile will throw right down the field into coverage. The pass is almost caught, almost a nice catch by Jake Odell, and Toby Conradi is there. There were 3 red jerseys in the area, and Odell was able to knock it down and could have made the catch, but it was a dangerous pass. It took a little while in getting there.
Yeah, Odell was up in the air, but didn't time it out appropriately and couldn't come down with the reception. He'll go to the sideline, and Fredonia will face a third down here and possibly another passing situation for the Jackets.
2 wideouts to the near side. And this time, Guile will roll right. He wants to throw the football. Has a man open right here. He doesn't see him. He'll go down for a loss. Danny Schoolcraft with the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Guile could not see. Had a man open down the field.
Colin Mellon was wide open down there.
Exactly.
And he knows how to catch the ball. But if you don't get the ball to him, that was a tough one.
And a 4th down and long situation right here. The ball sitting at the Conway Springs 43-yard line.
A little different than their last 4th down situation. A few moments ago, they were actually in their own territory. Now they're just across midfield into Conway Springs territory. And a little longer distance to go. It's going to be a long 4th down with a 4th and 9.
And Fredonia will burn another timeout here in the first half. You see some of the Fredonia fans, and on the near side, the Conway Springs fans have to be happy with what they're seeing right here from Lewis Field Stadium in Hays, Kansas, home of the Fort Hays State Tigers.
There's the replay, and the quarterback going to the ground there. He had a chance to get the ball away, had a receiver open, but nice defensive play by a host of folks for Conway Springs and on the tackle.
Yeah, Danny Schoolcraft leading the way, the 220-pound senior defensive tackle. What do you do here? It's 4th down and 8. You're down 21-3. You're in their territory.
Well, they haven't been effective throwing the ball, but Unos maybe on some type of draw play or something.
And we have not seen, I tell you, Conway Springs has stopped Mellon. Or excuse me, Reddick. He stopped Reddick, the little fullback on the trap play, too.
Yeah, Reddick hasn't been as effective as they'd hoped today.
4th down and almost 9 yards. Guile will throw. Looking down the field, has a man in triple coverage. It's picked off by Conradi, and he should have dropped the ball.
Yeah, they had a little better possession, that's for sure. That pass intended for Reddick that time.
Now, Conradi should have dropped that ball because that would have been a lot better field position back at the 38-yard line. But as it is, I guess he wants the stats. Actually, the 43-yard line. He'll take the stats. He wants the pick. And for Conradi, that is his 5th interception of the season.
Nothing like getting an interception in the state title game.
That's right. And Conway Springs will have 1st down and 10 from the 20, and really that is pretty effective as a punt.
Exactly. Well, Fredonia, they're going to have to step up and play some defense now. They certainly don't want to give up another score at this point in the second period.
1st down and 10 for Conway Springs to give to Conradi. Big seam, 30, 35. Look at the speed as he crosses midfield, and Conradi pushed out of bounds at the Fredonia 35-yard line, and Josh Unos is the man who saves the touchdown. That's Toby Conradi.
Conradi, 1,600 plus yards on the season. and he can motor down that field. All that deception eventually is going to throw somebody off on that Yellow Jacket side, and it certainly did that time.
I like the single wing.
It's fun to watch. I don't think the Yellow Jackets are as enamored with it.
There's the spin move, and Conradi keeps it. No, he pitches it left
Jimmy
side
Jones.
to Jimmy Jones. Talk about deception. The spin move, the pitch to Jimmy Jones across the 20 down to the 17, 16-yard line.
That spinner back in there whips around, and who's going to come out with the football?
Josh Unos, the man to bring him down, and Josh Unos right now using his speed to chase down Conway Springs Cardinals. First and 10, the ball sitting at the 16-yard line. 7 minutes remaining in the first half, 21-3 Conway Springs. The direct snap to Barkley, and he'll get across the 15 down to the 13-yard line. This offense is really, the guru is Fred Cottrell. He's an assistant coach to Mark Bliss. He's been a 25-year head coach at Douglas High School, and he's kind of been a mentor to Mark Bliss.
Well, Bliss is listening very well. These kids are really running this offense the way it should be run.
It's an outdated offense, but when you run it well, it can be very 90s looking. Second down and 7 from the 13-yard line. Give to Conradi, and he will get to the 10. Still on his feet and struggling. And J.D. Schomburg will be the man on the tackle. And we'll bring up a 3rd down and 4 situation. The ball sitting inside the 11-yard line, right at the 11-yard line.
Well, a tough situation, again, for the Yellow Jackets. They have got to get a defensive stop on this series, if possible. 18 points down at this point. It's important.
There's the direct snap to Conradi across the 5. Can he get into the end zone? Wow, nice second effort. Take it in for the touchdown.
We're going to take turns. Everybody's going to get a chance to score here in the first half.
Toby Conradi got knocked down, did not go to a knee, got knocked down at the 2, was able to keep his feet and fall into the end zone, and Toby Conradi scores for Conway Springs 27-3 with a swinging gate extra point upcoming.
Big 3rd down play, and Conradi just super second effort that time. Let's see if they actually kick this conversion.
And the kick is up and good, and Conway Springs has put some distance between themselves and Fredonia. 28-3, the Cardinals over the Yellow Jackets.
Well, that offense can wear you down, and the Yellow Jackets are probably going to have to go to the air a lot more than they would have liked here to try to catch up. 25 points down at this point in the second quarter. It's going to be a tough situation for the Jackets.
And a touchdown run by Toby Conradi of 10 yards. The extra point is up and good. And for ratings' sake, you hope that Fredonia can get back in this ball game a little bit so we have somebody listening to us in the second half.
That would make a difference, that's for sure. But they've been around. I'll wager that they'll make something out of things before this half's over here.
A huge drive right here. You have 5:48. A huge drive coming up for Fredonia to try to get some points before the end of the half.
They have got to keep the Cardinal offense off the field. Coach Black said that coming in. That was going to be one of the keys to victory, was to control the ball, and the turnovers have not helped them at all.
Barkley's kick is high and short, taken at the 20-yard line, and out near the 30-yard line on the return is Colin Mellon. And that is where Fredonia will start. They trail by 25 with 5:42 remaining here in the first half.
Well, Josh Guile needs to have a little success throwing the ball now. They've got to air it out and get some more points on the scoreboard as quickly as possible, or this thing could get away from him.
He is 4 of 11 passing for 40 yards, including that interception that ended the last drive on 4th down. 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. I formation, 2 wide outs to the near side. The long count. Guile will give it up the middle to the fullback, Reddick. Not a whole lot there for Brandon Reddick. The stop by Ryan King. Gain of 2.
Conway Springs has been schooled well in Brandon Reddick. They've really put a harness on him today.
Now, Brandon Reddick came in with over 1,400 yards of rushing. He has 2 carries for 2 yards here today. Second down and 8 from the 32. Clock rolling with 5:12 remaining in the first half. Man in motion right to left as the tight end will go to the other side. And Guile will pitch it left to Unos across the 35-yard line out to the 37. And Unos with a nice second down gain will bring up a third down and short situation as Clint Robinson is in there on the stop.
Now, at Conway Springs defense, there's some big boys in there.
It'll bring up
tying at the middle.
Bring up a third down situation. 3rd and 3, ball at the 37-yard line. Fredonia trailing 20-3. High formation. Guile wants to throw. Has a man complete. First down. Now it's fumbled. And they'll call him down. And that is a good call right there. The pass is caught by Drew Baker.
Baker had it and had a knee down before he dropped it.
And a gain of 9 yards in the play will move the chains. First down, Fredonia. Kyle Barkley in there on the stop. How many times are we going to call Kyle Barkley's name today? I believe he'll need a whirlpool when this one's over.
Well, he certainly has had a fantastic first half thus far and playing some good defense and certainly quarterback, if you want to call it a quarterback in that single wing.
Option left, Unos has the dream across midfield, but tracked down in a hurry by Eric Pauley. Wow.
He's like a heat-seeking missile in there.
Unos had a seam around the corner, but Pauley just closed the gap immediately, and Unos picks up 4 yards on first down, or we'll give him 3. We'll bring up second down and 7, but it's Eric Pauley with the big stop.
Fredonia's Coach Black was hoping that this AstroTurf surface would help his team's speed, and so far today, Conway Springs has been helped by a little more possibly. They are quick.
Second down and 7. Guile will give it to Red. He has a seam across the 40, bouncing to the 35, and Red is still on his feet down to the 30-yard line. Brandon Reddick.
That's the Brandon Reddick we all anticipated seeing.
Brandon Reddick with a nice gain. His biggest carry of the day will move the chains and set up first down and 10 from the 30-yard line. Stop is made by Curtis Winter. With 3:27 remaining, take a look at the run.
Brandon Reddick, who has had a fantastic season thus far, just runs it right up the middle and breaks into the clear, and a nice gain for the senior. There he goes again.
Actually, that's a new fullback in there. That is number 40, Cody Beal, in there at the tailback position, as I guess Josh Unos needed a blow. Give it to Beal, and he'll carry it for a gain of 2 on the play. We'll bring up second down and 8. Clock rolling under 3 minutes now.
I would imagine the Yellow Jackets feel a little bit of pressure trailing at this point before halftime. They need to get some more points on the board as quickly as possible.
Long count. Guile will pitch left to Beal. Beal will cut it back inside down to the 25. Gain of 3 right there. And the third down situation coming up. Third down and right at 5 yards. The ball resting directly on the 25-yard line. The stop made by Eric Pauley.
Well, Beal's only had 33 carries on the season, so great to see him get in there and get a little work. He's only a junior.
Third down and 5. Guile will give it up the middle to Reddick, and Reddick will get a first down. What a hit by Barkley.
He put a shoulder in him, didn't he? Slammed him to the turf.
Kyle Barkley stopped Reddick cold, but not before Reddick picked up great yardage and a first down. Marked the ball at the 14-yard line, and Fredonia moving the ball now. The clock becoming a little bit of a factor with 1:50 remaining in the first half. See if we can see this hit right here. Right there, you just caught the end of it.
Barkley really playing some tough defense.
They'll give it to Reddick again. They've been setting up Conway Springs, and now they'll let Reddick carry the lunch pail across the 10-yard line down to the 9. We were just talking, we hadn't seen Reddick in the first quarter or most of the first half, but he's the man on this drive.
And you know, it's tough running against that Conway Springs middle with Tyler Struckman in there, that big 300-plus pound tackle.
Curtis Winter in on the stop that time with 1:14 remaining, 2nd down and 4. Left. Unos back in there. Oh, tremendous play. Why do I have a feeling that's Pauly?
Pauly and Jones right there to two-time him.
Unos will lose a yard there. And a 3rd down and 6 play from the 10-yard line.
And the clock becomes even more of a factor here.
Under a minute remaining. And Fredonia with no timeouts remaining. They've got to get into the end zone. They can't stop the clock. A huge play right here. 3rd down and 6. Ball sitting on the 10.
Tom, they're facing the wind as well.
I formation. 2 wideouts right side. Guile wants to throw. Rolling right. Looking. Nice coverage. Drops it off short. The pass is caught by Jake Odell. The clock will continue to roll. If it's a 1st down, they'll stop to move the chain. And they will stop the clock right here. They'll measure this one. But the pass is caught by Odell. The stop by Ryan King. And Fredonia, they need to call a play and get up there. There's 23 seconds left. It's either 4th down and short or a 1st and goal. With only 23 seconds remaining, they have to have a play ready, maybe 2. It's a 1st down. The clock will roll when they set the chain and get the chains off the field. And Fredonia is ready. That's a very good job of Fredonia and Giles to get the players up to the line of scrimmage. The clock will roll right now. 1st down and goal. The ball sitting on the 4-yard line. Clock rolling, 20 seconds left. I formation, they'll down it. Nice play. Spike the ball on 1st and goal.
Well, that last pass play to Odell, they're calling out all the stops here, the Yellow Jackets. He's only caught 5 passes on the season, so they're trying to get everybody involved. They are desperate to get some more points on the board here before this first half runs out.
That's a really scary play to run right there with under 25 seconds remaining in the first half, because if he doesn't get the 1st down, the clock continues to roll. And Conway Springs will call a timeout now as they will give Fredonia a chance to talk about it. Fredonia out of timeouts. Mark Bliss wants to talk to his defense with their backs against the wall inside the 5-yard line. And just a huge drive for Fredonia, trailing 28-3 in this ball game. If they can make it 28-10 going into the locker room, that at least keeps them a part of the game going into the second half.
That gives them a little moral momentum going into the locker room, like they can at least match wits with these Conway Springs kids. They really have had a couple of tough breaks here in the first half thus far with the fumble and the interception and just playing in this new surface, and it's a little nerve-wracking also playing in the state title game.
Wave to the camera. Cameraman, wave to the camera. Good job.
Our Smoky Hills crew doing a fantastic job today bringing you this state title game from Hays.
I do not want to be the guy on the camera behind the end zone in the tower down there. I'm glad I'm right where I am.
It's much more comfortable as well.
1st down and goal. 2nd down and goal. Ball at the 4-yard line. Split backs in the backfield. Guile will throw. Looking. Has a man at the goal line. It is caught. A great tip and caught for the touchdown. Matt Evans. Matt Evans catches the ball off the tip.
Boy, in the right place at the right time.
And Guile tried to throw it to Baker at the goal line. He could not come up with it, thrown a little bit behind him. He was able to tip it to Evans, and that is a touchdown for Fredonia. And they will try to kick the extra point here, and they can still be a part of this ball game going into the second half. They get the touchdown in the final drive of the first half.
Well, Baker was the primary receiver. Let's get the conversion here.
And it's blocked, and this is a chance. I guess you can't run it back in high school football. You can in college, but you can in the pro, or you can in high school. Block is made by Tyler Struckman. But Conway Springs.
Here comes that touchdown reception once again. Now, the intended receiver initially here was Baker. He's caught 27 receptions on the season. Didn't probably even know that Evans was behind him when he tipped it as he was going into the end zone. There's the tip, and Evans, who makes his 3rd reception on the season, a big one.
Makes it a very big one.
A touchdown in the state championship game. And a little moral victory for the Yellow Jackets here, just 13 seconds before halftime.
There's our tower guy, Bob Rowe on the tower.
He's a brave man up there today.
I'm scared of heights.
Especially when it's windy.
He just said in the headset, stupid man.
Those kind of folks who are making a difference to bring you this action today.
That's exactly right. Taking one for the team. 28-3 our score with 13 seconds remaining here in the first half, and the squib kick will be touched at the 30-yard line. That's a live ball and taken at the 17. Oh my gosh, what a hit right there as Jones just drilled. Who did Jimmy Jones drill over there? Whoever it is getting off 53.
Zach Ecton.
Zach Ecton and Jimmy Jones. I heard that one up here. We have glass between us. Take a look at the hit. Take a look at the hit.
Zach Ecton really
Come on, 45.
There we go.
Oh, my.
Ecton sophomore, and he may want to take that first semester over.
Where are you at? You're in Hays, Kansas. We're a long way from Fredonia.
Take a deep breath.
Take a deep breath and say, ah.
Final 8 seconds of the half here.
First and 10 from the 29, and they'll throw the ball. Barkley looking, and it's picked off. An interception for Fredonia. He needs to go all the way back, and he will not, but flags are on the play. No time on the clock. Colin Mellon with the interception.
And you can't end the half on a defensive penalty. Let's see what the call is.
Well, if it would be a defensive penalty, you would think that Conway Springs would decline it and end the half. Let's see.
This is going to be against the Cardinals.
Red!
And it is.
Well, it's against Conway
I think
Springs.
you intercepted that, didn't you? Okay, the coach is going to kill you if you don't say I decline it and take the ball, right?
It's halftime.
Huh?
It's halftime.
And it's halftime, so it's all over, partner. Hi.
Well, there you have it.
Decline. Halftime. Hold them all up. You ain't got it. Let's go.
I love the coach, the microphones, and the officials. You get to hear every little bit.
That's what it's like on the field, in case you were wondering.
The coach is going to kill you if you decline this penalty, but the half's over, it doesn't matter. And we are at halftime. And Fredonia trailing by 19 points. Conway Springs 28, Fredonia 9. Halftime from the 3A state championship game on Smoky Hills Public Television. Are we going to take about a 50? Yes. Welcome back to Lewis Field Stadium in Hays, the Class 3A state championship game, and it's all Conway Springs right now. 28-9 our score. Let's go ahead and take a look at some numbers from the first half. Passing yardage, Conway Springs was 77, coming on only 2 completions. The big 60-yarder to Curtis Winter, and then the touchdown pass to Eric Pauley, 77-58 on the passing yards. The rushing numbers, Conway Springs out of the single wing with 179 yards rushing to just 54 for Fredonia.
No surprise there.
You see the total offense numbers, 256 to 112. That's more than 2 to 1. And turnovers have also been a factor for Fredonia with 2 of them. And there you see the score, 28-9. And that kind of tells the story right there, the numbers.
Well, 2 big turnovers for Fredonia. The big one on their end of the field early in the ball game to put them down, and they're going to have their work cut out for them here in the second half.
Now, Conway Springs led in rushing. Toby Conradi, 11 carries for 82 yards. He also had the 10-yard touchdown run. Quarterback Kyle Barkley, 7 carries for 44 yards. He had the 6-yard touchdown run. Jimmy Jones had 2 carries for 55 yards. These 2 carries, his first one was a 32-yard touchdown run. His second one a 23-yard gainer. And Wes Ostner carried once for -2. Kyle Barkley is 2 for 3 passing for 77 yards. He has a touchdown pass and the interception. And Curtis Winter caught the 60-yard pass, and Eric Pauley caught a 17-yard touchdown pass. Those are your individual numbers for Conway Springs. For Fredonia, they were led in rushing by Brandon Reddick with the 5 carries for 39 yards. Josh Unos, 13 carries for 29 yards. Josh Guile, 2 carries for -19. And Cody Beal, 2 carries for 5 yards. Through the air, Josh Guile completed 7 passes out of 14 for 58 yards. And he threw a touchdown pass and had an interception. So they're your individual numbers for Fredonia. Receiving numbers, Drew Baker caught 3 balls for 39 yards. Jake Odell, 1 for 5. Colin Mellon, 1 for 10. And Matt Evans caught a 4-yard touchdown pass. And Fredonia should get the football. They deferred their decision to the second half. They trail by 19 at the half. You'd think they'd take the football and see if they can march it right down the field. I mean, they've been able to move the ball as well, just haven't been as lucky. The 2 turnovers have been big, and they just have not been able to score like Conway Springs has, but they've moved the football all right. So if they do get the ball to start the second half, it's not like Conway Springs has been totally shutting them down.
Well, what Coach Black and the Yellow Jackets are going to have to do here in the second half, you mentioned the 30-plus yards for Reddick, most of those coming late in the second quarter. They're going to have to get him back into that offense like they have had all season with the 1,400-plus yards. He is going to have to run that ball, and they're going to have to get some better passing from Guile here in the second half to try to get some additional points on the board and catch up.
Here's your ominous stat of the third quarter. Conway Springs has outscored the opposition 130-6 in the third quarter. That's the most points they've scored in any one quarter during the season, and that's the fewest points they've given up in any quarter, 130-6. So Conway Springs, obviously, Conway Springs gets it done coming out of the locker room in the third quarter.
Well, let's see what Fredonia is going to do. They're going to get the decision here after winning the coin toss at the outset and taking the win. Let's see what transpires now.
Okay, gentlemen, you're doing a good job of stopping and listening to us and working with us. Okay, White, you won and you deferred, so you get the second half choice. Kick, receive, pick, go, defend.
Receive.
You want to receive. Which end of the field you want to kick from?
We want to send this off.
All right, stand right here, Red, and face me. Right here, White, and face me. All right, here we go. We got White. They're going to receive at this end. Gentlemen, you're going to kick that baby off this end of the field in that direction. And it looks like they got the clock all ready to go. So let's have fun. Get it on.
Okay. Conway Springs, as you just indicated, third quarter is big for them. They want the win. They want to run this score up. And Fredonia, they want to keep the Cardinals off the field. They want that ball right away here to see if they can get some offense generated.
I love the feel you get when you have the microphone on the officials. You get to hear the players and the coaches down there on the field, and the officials. I mean, they're excited about doing a state championship game as well. They've been officiating games all year long, and a chance for the really the shining moment of Kansas State High School football. Class 3A championship game here from Lewis Field Stadium. Conway Springs will kick off to Fredonia to start the second half. And Fredonia will look to get the offense untracked, trailing 28-9. But that touchdown late in the first half was so big because Fredonia was down 28-3. They needed that touchdown to feel like they're a part of this game going into the second half.
But Conway Springs had an advantage there as well by blocking the conversion attempt. And that certainly was not in the best interest of the Yellow Jackets.
It's a game of momentum, and I tell you what, when you can come out of a touchdown by the other team with the momentum because you block the kick, that's kind of disheartening. And Barkley will kick it off to start the second half with the breeze. It's a kick that will be taken by Unos at the 13-yard line across the 20, 25, out to the 30 as a seam and tripped up at the 37. A nice return by Josh Unos. And that is where the Fredonia Yellow Jackets will take over, first down and 10. The stop made by Clint Robinson.
The final half of the high school football season in Class 3A underway right now. And let's see what the Yellow Jackets can do. They've got to put some points on the board. They got their work cut out for them.
So once again, the quarterback is Josh Guile. Unos the tailback. They'll go with a single setback in the backfield, and Guile wants to throw, has his favorite receiver out here in the near flat. The ball is incomplete, thrown a little short as trying to find Drew Baker. The pass is incomplete. It will bring up second down and 10.
They've thrown that a number of times today, and I think we're going to see it a lot more before the day is over. But they've got to connect.
They will have to open it up a little bit right here. Second down and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Ball sitting at the 37. Single setback. Two wideouts to the near side, a single set to the left. Guile will give it to Reddick right up the middle.
He's their bread and butter guy, and I tell you, that interior of the Cardinal defense, they are tough. They're big boys.
Reddick will not gain a whole lot there. Will be nice and give him one. We'll bring up third down and 9. Brandon Reddick, who has rushed for over 1,400 yards this season. That's his 6th carry of the ball game for 40 yards.
Not what they need to win this ball game.
Third down and 9. Guile will throw, set up the screen pass. Completed. For a first down, a little bit more. Nice catch and run by Colin Mellon.
He's been consistent for him all season long.
Colin Mellon, the stop made by Curtis Winter. But move the chains across midfield. It's first down and 10 for the Fredonia Yellow Jackets at the Conway Springs 49-yard line.
Well, we had a couple of nice halftime shows by both schools. And now Fredonia on the opening drive of the second half.
Trying to continue the halftime show a little bit. Fredonia very impressive.
Yes, it was.
They give to Unos. He will gain a couple 3 down to the 47. Yeah, a week ago, Reddick was held to 44 yards on 12 carries versus Silver Lake. Eric Pauley on the stop on that play.
There's a surprise, huh?
So the run, so Reddick has struggled the last 2 weeks, and he's struggling a little bit today, although he was the catalyst on that last touchdown drive to end the first half for Fredonia.
And he's going to have to get involved with this offense, and obviously Coach Black doing that.
They give to Reddick, down to the 40, near a first down. If he gets a favorable spot, he may get it. I don't think they'll spot it back at about the 40-yard line. It will be third down and very short, third down in inches. Jimmy Jones in on the stop. You know, I've been doing junior college games all season long, and I'm not used to looking down and having all these players going both ways. These small high schools, everybody goes both ways.
A little different world.
High formation, 2 wideouts left. Guile will give the ball to Unos. He has the first down to the 34-yard line. Josh Unos.
Their bread and butter.
And Ryan Kenyon on the stop for the Cardinals.
They're winning the battle up front against that Cardinal defense, and that's what it's going to take, keeping this ball on the ground, running the clock down, and getting the points on the board.
First down and 10, ball inside the 35-yard line. Fredonia, boy, it would be so important for them to get a touchdown right here as you take a look at that play again, the run by Unos. They give to Reddick, Reddick down to the 30. As the fullback trap is beginning to work a little bit. They've been looking for Unos, and now the trap to Reddick, and he's getting some nice yards on first down. And they stop by Brian Zogelman. Also Eric Pauley in there too. Gain of about 4.5 on the play. Will bring up second down and a long 5.
Reddick averaged over 9 yards a carry this season, so he can run that football.
Guile wants to throw. Boy, we've seen that pattern all day long. The catch is made by Drew Baker. It's complete. And that's a first down. So Guile to Drew Baker will move the chains.
I think they're hoping what they can do is get him out there and catch one standing up. And as you see, here's Guile looking to the sidelines for Baker. And if he can catch one of those standing up and maybe make some yardage out of it, that would be the intent. But they're getting some yardage out of it anyway.
Reddick will carry it across the 20-yard line. Down to the 18. Gain of 4 on the play, second down and 6. Stop made by Eric Pauley. Single setback in the field, 2 wideouts to the right side, a single set to the left, and the give to Reddick, and he's across the 15, down to the 14. And that will bring up 3rd down and short. Guess who gets off the bottom of the pile? Mr. Pauley, Eric Pauley with the tackle. That linebacker, he's an inside linebacker just roaming the entire line of scrimmage back and forth.
And I would imagine he's going to be playing somewhere for a Division I school next season,
and at least
a couple of years from now.
And I would imagine Class 3A will be glad to see him go.
Yes, indeed.
3rd down and 2. Ball sitting at the 14-yard line. They need to get down to the 12. Guile will throw. Has a man complete at the 9-yard line. And that'll be a 1st down. The pass is caught by Mellon.
Mellon and Baker. And a couple of fine wideouts.
Toby Conradi on the stop, but we have an injured Conway Springs Cardinal. That'll be a 1st down just outside the 10-yard line. So
like Pauley is down over there.
Oh, my. That would be a huge loss. He's up and fine. I think he just might have had the wind knocked out of him a little bit. What will happen here, Fredonia will be able to they'll spot the ball at the 8, so it'll be 1st down and goal at the 8-yard line. And Eric Pauley is going to come off the field with his helmet off. He had his bell rung a little bit. He's kind of wobbling a little bit.
Yeah, he is. He got stung pretty good by those Yellow Jackets on that play.
That's a good one. 1st and goal from the 8. Eric Pauley still coming off the field, and he is... Don't know if he knows where he's at.
He's not happy about going to the sideline, I'm sure.
No, he's not. 1st and goal from the 8. The give to Reddick. He'll be dragged down at the 4. Boy, nice second effort that time. There was a man there at the line of scrimmage. Reddick able to keep his feet and get inside the 5-yard line, and a flag is on the play. The stop made by Curtis Winter.
This is the Brandon Reddick that we anticipated seeing. Slicing and dicing through the Conway Springs.
When you didn't have 12, you just got 11.
They will wave the flag off, and right from the official's mouth, he thought he might have had 12, but there were 11 guys out there. And with 7:28 remaining in the 3rd quarter, Fredonia is knocking on the door, trailing by 19, 28-9.
Well, this is the team they've seen all season, getting the job done and winning the battle up front.
Single setback. Guile will throw, looking for his favorite receiver, and a nice defensive play is made by Kyle Barkley to knock it down as Colin Mellon not happy with the call. Excuse me, that is Drew Baker. Drew Baker not happy with the call. He thought he might have been interfered with, but it was a nice defensive play by Kyle Barkley.
Barkley on Baker that time, and tough defense. They've run that play enough times they could see it coming. We could almost call that one from up here.
3rd down and goal at the 4-yard line. 2-down situation here, I bet, for Fredonia.
And the wind in their face.
The give to Unos. Turning inside, he got to the 1. He fumbled the football. They'll say he was down. So they will spot the ball at the 1-yard line, and a break for Fredonia right there.
Well, Baker had picked it up in the end zone, but he was already down.
4th and goal. Ball sitting at the 1, inside the 1.
Here's the replay on that. As he comes around that right side of the line, he's hit. It looks like his knee was down. Winters in there to make the stop for the Cardinals. And the rest of the second half could hinge on this play right here. Big 4th down.
Big play with a capital B. Touchdown.
Guile on the keeper right up the gut.
That's exactly right. And he only needed to get about a half a foot or a half a yard, and he did just that. The quarterback keeper by Josh Guile makes it 26-15 with the extra point upcoming. A 1-yard run by Josh Guile puts Fredonia on the scoreboard again, and they're back in this ball game. And it looks like they will go for 2 right here to make it 28-17 if they could get it.
Every point important here in the second half of this state title game.
The pass is complete at the 2-point conversion.
Mellon, the big catch in the end zone. 28-17 now. The Jackets, 2 scores in succession. Conway Springs needs to take a close look at what's going on.
A lot of fortitude by the Fredonia Yellow Jackets, trailing 28-9 at the half. March right down the field, use up 5.5 minutes to do it, and score with 6:34 remaining. The 2-point conversion is good. It's 28-17 after the 1-yard keeper by Josh Guile.
Well, this is what Coach Black said they were going to have to do, is keep the Conway Springs offense off the field And a long drive like that certainly is what he was talking about as they came into this contest. Now, we know that the Yellow Jacket defense early had a lot of success against that single wing offense.
Conway Springs had scored 3 touchdowns in a row. Fredonia has answered back with 2 scores of their own, and it's a ball game again. The 3A state championship game is tightening up 28-17. Tom Nelson, Stan Unruh with you on Smoky Hills Public Television. Beautiful day at Lewis Field Stadium. I've seen state championship days when it's been snowing and sleeting and such, but today a fantastic day for football. Schomburg will kick it low. It's taken by Hedman right in the gut at the 30, and a seam across the 45 around the corner. The return by Michael Gerber. And Gerber will get it across midfield, and a nice return by Michael Gerber. First of all, he had to kind of gather his wits about him as after the kick line drived into him right in the numbers. And Conway Springs will have the ball, first down and 10, just outside the 41-yard line of the Fredonia Yellow Jackets, first and 10.
Well, Gerber doesn't give him much of an opportunity to carry the ball. He's a junior, but look out, he can do it.
First and 10 for the red-clad Cardinals in Fredonia territory. Man in motion, the give right up the middle to Barkley. Nice seam across the 35, down to the 34-yard line.
This is exactly what the Yellow Jackets didn't want to have happen, as Odell there to make the stop for Fredonia, giving them great field position on the kickoff, and once again, they're back to the ball.
Well, Fredonia had the momentum. Conway wants to yank it back with 6 minutes remaining, third quarter. Second down and 2 at the Fredonia 33-yard line. Man in motion, the give to Barkley, and he will get the first down. I think a flag came in from the far side. The direct snap to Barkley. Josh Myers on the stop.
82 red. 2 red. Jordan, red, number 82.
Penalty against Conway Springs is big. And it happened at about the 31-yard line. They'll mark it back 10 yards from there. It'll be basically second down and 10 over again. They'll mark it back to the 41.
In a state title game like this, everything is magnified. And certainly a penalty like this is one you may be thinking about long after the game is over. Let's see how it plays out.
Second down and 10 after the penalty. Single wing formation, man in motion. Barkley will give it to the man up the middle, Conradi. Conradi across the 40 down to the 39, 38-yard line.
His first carry of the half.
Boy, great deception right there. I really thought Barkley had the ball for a second. It was a direct snap.
You've really got to pay attention.
Cody Beal on the stop will bring up third down and 6. 3A state championship game from Lewis Field Stadium. Teams have been battling since late August when practice started to be right here today in Conway Springs and Fredonia. They made the trip. Third down and 6. And the give, the direct snap to the fullback around the 30-yard line. Big gainer by Jimmy Jones. He will run out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Adam Gorley will knock him out of bounds, but not before Jimmy Jones, the big gainer.
Well, Jimmy Jones had a big run in the first half on that first possession. Got the touchdown and comes through again right there.
Jimmy Jones will take it down to the 16-yard line.
A lot of deception with Conway Springs that time as well. They had a player lined up right behind the line of scrimmage, but he didn't get the snap. Went right to Jones.
Gain of 17 on the play, first and 10. Barkley will keep it, get across the 15, down to the 13-yard line. And the clock continues to roll. The stop made by Matt Schomburg.
You know, Tom, I wonder when was the last time a team that ran a single wing offense won a state title in Kansas?
I would say you probably go back before my time. Actually, Clifton Clyde, back in the early 80s, they used to run the old single wing, and they built quite a dynasty. I believe that was an 8-man football. They built quite a dynasty in the early 80s. They had a coach that had been there forever and ever in a day. I'm surprised I knew that. Direct snap to Barkley. Around the corner, has room. 5, touchdown, Conway Springs. second touchdown run of the ball game, his third touchdown of the game, throwing in a 17-yard touchdown pass earlier in the contest. 34-17 extra point upcoming, and Conway Springs has just answered Fredonia's touchdown to start the second half.
Well, Barkley's their second leading scorer of the season, and he shows us why right there. Second touchdown of the afternoon. And
the extra point is up and good, and 35-17 as Conway Springs has answered the challenge with 4:13 remaining in the third quarter. Conway Springs 35, Fredonia 17. Let's take a look at it. Kyle Barkley.
Barkley, who even holds for the point after attempts. The ball snapped back to him from the 16-yard line. He just sliced right through there and simply outruns him around the right side of that Fredonia, or actually their left side of the line.
And he ran over a guy at the 1.
Didn't stop him.
35-17. That's a big score for Conway Springs as they answered Fredonia's challenge.
Uno's trying to stop him there at the goal line, but didn't get the job accomplished. And Fredonia back to where we were at halftime.
Now, Conway Springs had only given up 6 points in the third quarter all season long, so when Fredonia scored, it got their fire built up again, and they came right back down, and now it's 35-17.
Well, that kickoff really hurt them.
Yeah. The short field, it led to the short field, and Conway Springs able to take it in. Barkley will kick it off with the breeze for the Cardinals. It's a squib kick taken by a Nutman across the 40-yard line. He'll be knocked down back at the 39. The stop made by, or the return by Jake Odell. And it will be first down and 10 for the Fredonia Yellow Jackets, the champions of the Tri-State League, Tri-Valley League, excuse me. Down there with Eureka and some of the teams in that league down in southeast Kansas.
I think we're going to see some more passing here on this drive. So
single setback with wideouts left and right, and they'll give it to Reddick. Not a whole lot there. And Reddick will get back to the line of scrimmage and not much more. No gain on the play. The stop by Tyler Struckman.
That 310-plus pounder.
He's the biggest boy on the field today.
Probably one of the biggest fellas in the entire stadium today. In town, possibly.
Bigger than you,
including the Fort Hays Tigers.
Second down and 10. Ball sitting on the 39. Guile will throw it up the screen to Mellon across the 45 after the 46-yard line. Colin Mellon, excuse me.
Now that's a play completed. That's a play we saw earlier as Justin Pauley there to make the stop. Play we saw earlier in the first half that didn't go anywhere, but certainly has some potential, as you see right there.
And it will bring up third down and 2. Single setback, 2 wideouts to the right side, a single wideout left. On third and 2, they'll give it to Mellon. First down. He needed to get across the 49-yard line. They'll spot it just across the 49. That should be a first down. Move the chains.
Falco Grell in to make the stop. He's the German exchange student.
Falco Grell, 6'5", 250 pounds. You're right, he's a German exchange student. He's here for pretty much 1 year. And the Nebraska coaching staff was at a game watching Eric Pauley, and they saw this kid and go, who is this guy? We want to keep our eye on him.
He's big.
First and
only
10,
16.
First and 10 from the 49. Up the middle. Reddick, excuse me, across the 50. Ryan King on the stop.
Got a flag down.
There we go.
They'll wave off the flag. It will be second down and 8. Ball sitting at the 48-yard line. Fredonia in Conway Springs territory. Clock becoming a factor here with the spread of the game, 35-17. 2:13 remaining here in the third quarter. Power I formation. They'll give it to Unos. Unos will run into a pile at the 46 and spin to the 45. Gain of 3 on that play will bring up third down and 4. Stop made by Tyler Struckman.
if you can run that middle, Struckman's going to be in there.
Not bad to have Tyler Struckman and Eric Pauley.
They have an amazing amount of talent on this squad. It certainly could be their year.
Third down and 4. Guile will throw. Set the screen. He's in trouble. Rolling right. Looking. Nobody open downfield. He'll take it himself and gain a couple. Nice heads-up play. Kyle Barkley on the stop, but Josh Guile that time. Nobody. They had the screen completely shut down, and Conway Springs had shut down the other receivers as well, and Guile had to run with it. He'll gain a yard or so and bring up 4th down.
Well, you notice Kyle Barkley didn't wait. He typically plays back. He comes right up to make the stop. That kid is hustling today, as I'm sure he has all season.
4th down, 4th and 3. Ball at the 43-yard line. Fredonia needs to keep the drive alive. High formation. Guile will throw, and he's hammered from behind, and the pass is caught. Unbelievable catch. Move the chains, 1st down. I hope they got the replay on that. The catch is made by Josh Unos. Stop made by Jimmy Jones. Unbelievable.
Just the way they planned it, right?
I believe that's in the Fredonia playbook. My gosh. Guile was hit from behind as he was throwing the football and got rid of it. The ball was tipped by a defender, and Unos was Johnny on the spot to catch it.
Jimmy Jones came around from his right end there and really smacked Guile.
7-yard pass completion, 1st down, the give to Reddick, and Reddick across the 25 to the 24. That's the second tipped ball we've had. Take a look at this catch again. Watch how Guile takes the hit. Watch.
Oh, Jones. It could have been picked off, and then Unos there to concentrate and make the catch. Nice work by our Smoky Hills Public Television camera crew.
Guile looked like he was throwing up the ball after he was hammered in the back and just upchucked it. And that is the end of the 3rd quarter. 12 minutes remaining in this one. Conway Springs looking to wrap up a state championship. 35-17. We'll take a break. This is the 3A state championship game on Smoky Hills Public Television. Well, they've been playing state high school football championship games since 1969, and Conway Springs is 12 minutes away from wrapping up their first state championship. They made the semifinals a year ago, made the playoffs back in that first year in '69, and they are looking to wrap up their first state championship, leading 35-17 with 12 minutes remaining. Fredonia with the football, though, 2nd down and 5 at the Conway Springs 24-yard line.
They got it spread out. Barker and
the pass is caught, completed inside the 10-yard line. Nice catch by Matt Evans. 1st down, Fredonia.
Evans, who caught the touchdown pass earlier in the 1st half.
Curtis Winter with the stop. Big play. They spread the field, and in essence, that spreads out the Conway Springs defense. They found the catch made by Evans. And it's 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
And now the clock becomes a big enemy for the Yellow Jackets.
Clock is rolling, just underway, 4th quarter. Single setback, 2 wideouts left or white, 1 to the right side. And the give to Reddick. And Reddick will get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about it. Stop is made by Justin Pauley. Reddick with 15 carries for 74 yards. Will bring up 2nd down and goal from the 8.
Now the Yellow Jackets can't waste any time here. They have got to get this thing in the end zone as quickly as possible and then get the ball back.
Unos the single setback behind Guile. He will throw the football, looking into the end zone, tipped and knocked away. Nice defensive play that time, and I think the tip was made by Brian Zogelman.
I believe it was. Just marched right through there and had his hands up. Good defensive play.
And a 3rd down and goal situation, 3rd and 8 for Fredonia, trailing 35-17.
Ball at the 8-yard line.
And with the incomplete pass, that stops the clock for the Yellow Jackets.
Josh Guile passing has thrown 22 passes for 124 yards.
and they have the wind at their backs now here in the fourth quarter.
3rd down and 8. Single setback. 2 wide outs right side, 1 to the left. Pass is thrown and dropped at the goal line. It might have been Colin Mellon. It was Evans.
He wasn't expecting it. It was a little early, and as he turned in the end zone, the ball hit him in the hands. He wasn't quite ready for it.
And it will bring up 4th down and goal from the 8-yard line. And in essence, here's your ball game. Fredonia will go for it right here. And they need to put points on the scoreboard. This is a huge play. It's to the end zone or nothing on 4th and goal from the 8. Guile will throw, rolling right now. He'll tuck it under and run, and nothing doing. Nothing doing. Needed to find the end zone. He'll get about the 6.5-yard line. That is where Conway Springs will take over, leading 35-17. Jimmy Jones, the big guy on the stop right there.
Well, the Conway Springs defense bending but not breaking on that drive, and Guile, a valiant effort, but not enough here early in the fourth quarter. And as we said, the clock is their biggest enemy at this point. The score doubled, just over doubled on them. And they need a turnover.
Conway Springs will see what they can do about running some clock. Barkley will carry it to the 10. A flag will come in late. I think there was some motion maybe on the play. This might be a penalty against Conway Springs. Stop was made by Adam Gorley.
We have blocking below the waist, 82 red.
Well, that will still move back Conway Springs.
Come here, Cap.
Half the distance to the goal line.
Here's what we can do. Decline it. That's 2nd down right there. Or I can take them back half the distance. Take them back half the distance. Listen to me. Huh? Okay, take them back. Yeah. All right, Doug, go half the distance. Here's the line you're on.
And they will mark him back inside the 5-yard line at about the 2.5 for 3.
Hold the ball.
They'll mark it at the 3.
Well, it's not a turnover, but
Blocking
certainly
below the waist.
very beneficial to the Jackets at this point.
And it will be 1st down and 13 with the ball on the 4-yard line. Direct snap back in the end zone to Barkley. He'll try to get across the 5, out to the 9. It's a nice gain on 1st down back against your own end zone. Stop is made by Josh Myers. And the clock will roll with 10:35 remaining.
Barkley lined up in his own end zone that time to carry it out.
That direct snap, you run that direct snap every time. It's like running a shotgun formation every time when you never can tell where that snap's going. And they've done very well. There hasn't been any bad snaps all day today.
You really got to watch the ball as it's snapped. A lot of deception.
2nd down and 8. Right up the middle. And Barkley again, stopped by Adam Gorley.
Now, Pauly is back in there, and I don't see him in there.
Obviously, the injury.
Yeah, he is still on the sideline, isn't he?
He played in the last series defensively, but he's taking a break right now. And he is being looked at down there.
Looks like he's got a nosebleed, possibly.
3rd down and 2. Ball sitting on the 15. In motion, and I think Barkley might have jumped the gun there a little bit. And this could be a big penalty against Conway Springs.
But all this continues to run time off the clock.
We have illegal snap. Going 5.
And that'll mark him back 5 yards.
We have a dead ball, illegal snap, fraction on the red. 3rd down.
I'm taking a look at Eric Pauly down here. He's got some kind of cut in his mouth. He's got all kinds of blood around his mouth, and he's being looked at by the Conway Springs trainers right down below us, so we'll see if he gets back in there. 3rd down and 7. And the direct snap to Barkley, and he will, 2nd effort, get across the 10, 15, out to the 17. That could be a 1st down. It should be. Big 2nd effort by Barkley. Brandon Reddick on the stop.
And a big 1st down for the Cardinals, and they're trying to run that time off the clock.
Right there you see Eric Pauley on the Conway Springs bench.
Biggest game of his high school career. Barkley now making that second effort and gets just what he needs for the first down, and a very important one here late in the ball game.
8:52 remaining, clock rolling, 1st and 10 from the 19 for Conway Springs. Direct snap to Conrad. He has a seam across the 30. If he kept his feet, he might have been able to juke a guy and be gone, but as it is a big gain that will move the chains again. A gain of 15 on the play. A 15-yard gain by Conrad to stop by Matt Evans.
And a great misdirection play there by Barkley. He's run the ball 3 or 4 times in a row. They make the fake. Conradi right up the gut, gets the nice yardage and the first down.
And Conradi over 100 yards rushing, 13 carries for 101 yards rushing. 1st and 10, direct snap Conradi. Bust to the line, out to the 38. Josh Myers in the stop.
It was Conradi who had the big game last week as well, and really was probably the difference in that ball game.
And the clock kicker. And the clock continues to roll with 8 minutes remaining. The clock an ally of the Cardinals with a 35-17 lead. 2nd and 6, ball at the 38-yard line. Snap to Barkley. Not a whole lot there. He'll stay on his feet and try to get the 40. He'll come up shy. Adam Kiblinger on the stop.
Falco Grell was split wide out to the near side that time. And Conway Springs a couple of times this season has play where they've thrown to one of those fellas out there.
3rd down and
they're just trying to get time off the clock.
3rd down and 5. The ball sitting on the 39. Spinner move. Conradi lost in the backfield. And he lost the football for a moment, but came back up with it. Fredonia having nothing to do with that one right there. As they shut it down in the backfield, they blew the play up, and it'll be a 4th down situation.
And this is where we might want to watch for one of those quick kicks that they talk about. Myers in to make the stop for the Yellow Jackets on that play, and wouldn't that have been a big turnover?
Clock rolling, 6:40 left. 4th down and 9. Ball inside the 35.
We saw this situation in the first half. Let's see what kind of a play.
They will go into the punt formation. And Barkley will line drive one down that'll bounce to the 35. Taken inside the 25 by Unos. Across the 30. 35, a little bit of running room. 45 across midfield. Out of bounds right there. And guess who made the tackle? Barkley.
The punter, who has done it all today, and we've got a flag down on the play.
And now we'll see if Eric Pauley gets back in there. He has his helmet off. He's not ready to play right now.
He's in a little bit of pain, it looks like.
He's still being tended to by the trainers in the sideline. The flag on the play. Let's see what it is.
Jackets are marching back. I would imagine some type of a clip. Exactly what it is.
On White, number 16, on the return.
Couldn't come at a worse
What
time.
we can do is we can take it back 15 yards from that flag. That's what you want, right?
That'll negate it. The nice return and then some, because the flag was thrown at the 44-yard line. They'll mark it back 15 from the 44. That'll put it on the 36 and, the 29.
We have Clippy on the right, number 16 on the run back.
Matt Evans.
First down.
Unfortunate this late in the ball game with just over 6 minutes to play.
Fredonia with the football, trailing 35-17, 6:13 remaining. Tom Nelson and Stan Unruh with you from the 3A state championship game at Lewis Field Stadium in Hayes here on Smoky Hills Public Television. Guile will throw, has a man. They wanted to run the swinging. They wanted to run the hook and ladder right there. And a good decision by Drew Baker not to pitch it. They were going to call the hook and ladder. They were going to pitch it out to Unos, who was going to bring it around the corner, and he made a good decision not to because he was being tackled.
And the referee was doing the old WWF. He's down, down, down.
1, 2, 3. Gain of 6, though, on 1st down. Will bring up 2nd down and 4. The ball sitting at the 35. 5:38 remaining. Guile will throw. Has a man. Ball caught at the 45 and across midfield. Colin Mellon with the reception.
Nice catch. That's the kind of action they're going to have as that stops the clock to move the chains.
And a nice look to Colin Mellon.
Coach Black's got to have some excellent clock management here to pull this thing together.
They need to score in a hurry. Get an onside kick. Score again. Take a look at the pass right here.
Mellon, who's had a doggone good day. He can catch that ball and knows what to do with it after he makes the reception.
Guile will throw. Picked off. Barkley with the interception. The ball was thrown behind the receiver. He was trying to find Jake Odell, and Barkley was in the coverage and picked it off. Barkley with the pick. My golly, he has everywhere today. He's just been huge. He does it all. We thought we would be really impressed with Eric Pauley, and we have been impressed with Eric Pauley, no doubt about that. But if you had to name a most valuable player in this football game today, it would be Barkley, Kyle Barkley.
He kicks, he punts, he tackles, he throws, he runs.
He scored a couple touchdowns, threw for one. So Conway Springs will have the football. First down and 10 at the 45-yard line with 5:08 remaining. Single wing, man in motion. Direct snap, Conradi. He fumbled the snap for a moment, still on his feet, and he will be dropped for a loss of 1. And the clock will roll under 5 minutes. Matt Schomburg on the stop as Fredonia is feeling the urgency of the clock running out on their state championship hopes. No gain on the play, second down and 10 for Conway Springs.
The Jackets could have marched in there to score. Would have really changed the complexion of this ball game, but certainly the Cardinals are in control at this point.
Snap to Barkley. Barkley will give it left. Big run across the 50-yard line before Wes Osner is dragged down near midfield. And he will gain about half what was needed for the first down.
I don't think Osner's carried the ball today, has he?
A couple times. That's the second carry of the game.
Unos there to make the stop for the Jackets.
Third down and 4. Ball at the 49-yard line. 3:52 remaining. You get a first down right here, and
you can Katie bar the door.
Yeah, you can really start rolling clock. You have to be able to roll it on out. Snap to Barkley. They give to Jones. First down and more down to the 41. As Jimmy Jones has been big. Josh Unos on the stop. Fredonia has 3 timeouts left, but it will be first down and 10 at the Fredonia 42-yard line for the Conway Springs Cardinals. As you look at that play, again, the nice run by Jones.
And he's had a couple of nice runs today, and this time around the left side, fighting for extra yardage, and gets the big first down at a very critical point in this final moments of this ball game.
His 32-yard touchdown run was the first point scored today and set the tone for the ball game. Conradi right up the middle. Down near first down yardage is a Conradi spinning for 9.
Somebody taught those kids to pivot like that, I'm telling you.
Brandon Reddick on the carry, or on the stop, excuse me, with 2:55 remaining. And the Cardinals are just relentless right now as they are
marching to a state title.
That's exactly what they're doing.
So many names on that Cardinal team had big games today. And certainly Barkley among the very best today.
Second down and 1 from the 32. Barkley will throw this time. He has a man, one-on-one coverage. He's looking down the field. The ball is short-armed a little bit and incomplete. On the coverage was Matt Evans. Matt Evans in the coverage, and the ball out there intended for Curtis Winter.
And with the flag down, looks like Conway Springs is going to...
54 red. Clip on 54 red.
So the initial indication.
Here we go. No, he didn't. Clipping against red, number 54.
And that will bring up a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. The They'll mark it off from the 41 back across midfield. That's a huge penalty. A 15-yard penalty will be marched back to the 44-yard line, back to the Conway Springs 44. And it will be second down and half a mile here with 2:26 remaining, 35-17.
And if we haven't mentioned it, Eric Pauley is all taped up on the face and is back in there.
Well, I guarantee that if you're going to win a state championship game, the Catalyst wants to be in there. Barkley will throw straight back, setting it up out here in the flat. The pass is caught by Pauley across midfield, still on his feet, 40, 35, and it's just as you talked about it, they got the ball to him.
Isn't that something?
And the stop is made by J.D. Schomburg.
I'll tell you, you know he wanted to be in there. This is the closing moments of his high school career here, and that's the play that I've been watching for when they line him up over there. He made a big catch at one point against Smith Center last week, but nice to see him be able to get back in the ball game. Here's Pauley making the nice reception. And if you can see his face there, he's taped up pretty good.
But I bet he's smiling.
I guarantee you he is. He may be in pain tomorrow, but he's enjoying this afternoon.
Third down and 1. Ball sitting on the 33-yard line. Barkley. First down across the 30. Start celebrating, Conway Springs.
Under a minute and a half to play.
Let's see if Fredonia, they may not even call any of their timeouts. They have no chance as Adam Gorley on the stop. Clock will roll with 1:25 remaining. Conway Springs looking for their first state championship.
A very well officiated game. Very penalty free.
Really has been. Very well, cleanly played game. Direct snap to Conrad. He has a seam. 20. Around the corner. 15. 10. Dragged down at the 9.
Evans to make the stop over there.
Now Matt Evans made the touchdown-saving tackle as Conrad already over 100 yards rushing.
Trying to put some icing on the cake here.
And that'll get him inside the 10-yard line down to the 9. With 1:02 remaining, they'll move the chains. It'll be first and goal. They'll start the clock. 1 minute left.
And the sun is out once again and certainly shining a little brighter on the Cardinal sideline.
First and goal. And they'll give it right up the middle to Conradi. And Conradi will carry it down to the 8, maybe the 7-yard line. Toby Conradi, 18 carries for 129 yards. And he'll pick up a couple right there on that one. And 24 seconds left. Conway Springs is feeling it on the near sideline. Direct snap. Nope. Little dipsy-do to Barkley, and Barkley will take it in. 5. Touchdown. And look at Barkley in the end zone as he pounds the black and gold turf. Touchdown, Conway Springs. Kyle Barkley caps off an unbelievable afternoon.
He has really had a super day and a great day to have a great day. And you're going to win the state title. And I would imagine Coach Black on the far sideline not thrilled with that final touchdown in the closing seconds.
I would tend to agree. Extra point upcoming.
And Barkley's going to hold for that.
Daniel Jensen will kick it up and score.
Barkley's going to fight dinner when this is over, too, I think.
Barkley will be emptying the Gatorade on the coach's head if he does it all.
He certainly will be driving the bus back to the school as well.
42-17 with 13 seconds remaining as Kyle Barkley's 6-yard touchdown run caps off a state title run for the Conway Springs Cardinals. They came in with a record of 12-0. They will wrap up a perfect season. And what a tremendous 2 weeks for Conway Springs. The huge win in the semifinals over Smith Center on the road. And then coming into Lewis Field Stadium, no loss of momentum. They've rolled it up here today against The Fredonia Yellow Jackets 42-17, as you see the final score right there, as you see the final touchdown of the game. As far as we know, 13 seconds left.
Anything can happen in those final 13 seconds, Tom, but I think it's all over but the celebration at this point.
Kyle Barkley has scored 3 touchdowns running, threw a touchdown pass, he's punted, he's kicked off, he's held on the extra points.
And made some great defensive plays.
Made unbelievable defensive plays, including an interception.
That's right.
I bet he'll be keeping this tape.
He certainly should. And the ball falls off the tee down there. There's one thing Kyle Barkley is not good at. It's teeing up the football. He'll have to redo that here.
And I'll bet he doesn't care. Conway Springs, the Cardinals, the pride of the Central Plains League, will be 13-0, and they'll be 3A state champions, and don't take anything at all away from the Fredonia Yellow Jackets. A tremendous season. They will finish 11-2, the champions of the Tri-Valley Conference.
And they've had a fantastic game as well today, just not as many points.
A line drive is taken by Kenton Mitchell, and Fredonia will have another chance here with 9 seconds remaining. They'll have first down and 10, and there is little jawing going on at midfield.
Referees in there to sort things out, but let's don't
turn up the mic, or the official mic right there. You might hear something you don't want to. This is public television.
Well, and it's tough for these kids who, as you mentioned earlier, have been playing their hearts out since summertime, and
that's right.
This is the final moments of the ball game, and no fun to come all this way to Hayes from Fredonia and come out on the short end as we get a timeout.
Now, Conway Springs will call a timeout. I believe they're going to send in the second, third, or fourth team backup defensive unit just to get some guys some playing time in the state championship game.
It's like Coach Bliss out there giving some specific instructions.
They're all going to come to the sideline. The starting defense is coming to the sideline to be cheered by the Cardinal fans, and what a great moment for Coach Bliss and the Conway Springs Cardinals. State champions.
And for those backups, great to say I got to play in the state football championship.
High formation for Fredonia. Wideouts left and right. Guile will take it straight back. Note they'll give it to Unos, who has the seam across the 45 down to the 44. 3-2-1, and that is your ball game. Conway Springs. The Cardinals are state champions in Class 3A for 1998. One of the great things about high school football is what you see right there. That is both teams going through the receiving line. You've played a fierce battle all afternoon long, and at the end of the game, you line up and shake hands, and Fredonia congratulating Conway Springs, and I guarantee you, Conway Springs saying, Fredonia, you've had a great season as well.
Well, the Kansas State High School Activities Association certainly promotes this type of activity. Very important to show that good sportsmanship no matter what the outcome on the scoreboard is.
Conway Springs will come back and give a big hand to the fans. Half the town is here from out south of Wichita. They've made the trip to Hayes, and they are going to go home happy. And look across the way. Look at the Fredonia fans as they give their Fredonia Yellow Jackets a big hand. A standing ovation. It's been a tremendous season for Fredonia.
It's the kind of thing a whole community can rally around. And
let's go ahead and take a quick break. We'll come back and do some trophy presentations. This is 3A State Championship football on Smoky Hills Public Television. Your final 42-17. We're back at Lewis Field Stadium. Conway Springs has beaten Fredonia 42-17, and here are some trophy presentations for the Cardinals and the Yellow Jackets.
At this time, it's time for the presentation of the trophies and medals. Here's cheerleader will present the medals to Zach Dillon. Followed by trophy presentation for the state runner-up in Class 3A, the Fredonia Yellow Jackets.
Fredonia Yellow Jackets capping off a 11-win season with a second-place trophy, the 3A state championship game at Lewis Field Stadium in Hayes. They'll get their trophy and get their medals.
That's something they're going to remember for the rest of their lives, certainly, no matter what the outcome is. It's been a special season for them, and as I mentioned earlier, for the whole community, certainly. And having that medal and that trophy that'll go in the case back in the school.
And the Fredonia fans across the way serenading the heroes, the Yellow Jackets. I know, you're disappointed now. You get this far and you're disappointed, but in the future, when you're 30 or 40 or 50 years old, you remember the state championship game in 1998.
I played in a couple of state activities when I was in school up in the Mid-Continent League, and I'll tell you, it is a nice memory. We never won a state tournament when I was in school, but we came close a couple times.
Conway Springs, they came through an unbelievably tough district, outdueling Medicine Lodge and Andale in a tough district race, made the playoffs, and rolled through the playoffs, beating Oxford 34-6 and Beloit 40-12, and the huge win over Smith Center 9-7, the number 1 team in the and today 42-17. Conway Springs, the champions of Class 3A, the 3A state champions.
The honorary coach, state runner-up in Class 3A.
And there's the trophy for the Yellow Jackets, for the runner-up trophy.
Take a look at some numbers here in today's game. Toby Conradi, 19 carries for 132 yards, including a 10-yard touchdown run. Kyle Barkley was 3 for 5 passing for 101 yards, threw a touchdown pass, and ran for 3. And there you see Conway Springs. Kyle Barkley rushed for 96 yards. And they will bow to the crowd here. They are all fired up. Congratulations, Coach Mark Bliss and the Conway Springs Cardinals, 3A state champions for 1998. They'll hand out the hardware. And Conway Springs caps off their perfect 13-0 season. Been just a tremendous ball game. Fredonia fought hard. They trailed all the way, but they really fought hard. But Conway Springs a little bit too much today.
Conway faithful cheering on their Cardinals.
It's a lot shorter trip to Conway Springs than it is to Fredonia, but it'll seem a lot shorter today. Conway Springs with 312 yards rushing today, 101 yards passing. Fredonia 116 yards rushing and 147 yards passing. So Conway Springs puts up their 413 yards of total offense. Those are some outstanding numbers from that single wing, and
typical for what they've done all year long.
Look who's going to pick up the trophy there. Mr. Pauly.
Looks like he's recovered.
Conradi jumps in there. Toby Conradi. Eric Pauly. The Conway Springs Cardinals. Before we get out of here, we would like to give everybody an opportunity to have a keepsake of this 3A state championship game. If you would like a VHS copy of the Class 3A state championship game, why don't you contact Smoky Hills Public Television. Post